1986's The Night Stalker. So this is one of those movies that it tricked me, but it's totally cool because I enjoyed it anyway. Because of the poster, the description, the blurb, and many of the creatives behind the camera, I thought this was a slasher movie, and it would totally be a slasher movie if the movie was told from either the victim's or the killer's perspective. Instead, it is told from the perspective of an alcoholic cop whose job is hanging on by a thread. It is not a slasher, but it is a very good, modest budget, not low budget, modest budget, 80s cop movie, and it is high 80s. I really enjoyed this movie. It has all the tropes of an 80s cop movie. You've seen them. I don't need to describe them. Plus, it has one of the earliest performances by Robert Zadar as the killer. It has a few twists. It has a few turns. Robert Zadar is a deeply disturbed man who turns to Eastern medicine to try and self-heal, and he stumbles across a method for immortality which requires him to kill hookers and absorb their life essence. J.J. Stryker, who is played by Charles Napier, you will recognize from some of the Rambo movies and many other things, is J.J. Stryker, a police detective who has a personal connection to the local prostitute community, as his girlfriend is an ex-prostitute and his foster daughter is the child of a murdered prostitute. He is no longer a homicide detective because he is a loose cannon, naturally. He is now on the robbery squad, but he cannot ignore the situation when his people, and I use that in quotes, are being murdered. He screws it up many, many times all along the way, gets one of his partners killed, well, more or less killed. But in the end, we get a really cool final battle scene in a foundry, naturally, where Robert Zadar is seemingly destroyed. I say seemingly because they tried to set this up for a sequel, which never happened. 1986's The Night Stalker. This is not a slasher, although it does have some slashery elements, but it is a really fun, modest budget 80s cop movie with some supernatural elements, and I totally recommend it. You can watch it for YouTube on YouTube for free. That is where I watched it. It is not streaming anywhere else as far as I know. So go ahead and watch it there. That's it for me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out. I'll see you next time.